My name is Antone Pagan, and I'm honored to be here with Luis Salgado and Denise and their Revolucion Latina, which I'm very proud of and I want to be a part of. You know, I believe in ballet, jazz, and everything, but when I do West Side Story, I do the rumble, I do like a cat thing. Sure, it's balletic, it's Jerome Robbins, but there's something else, un gato. Very, and damn it, shit. I deserve to be here. I have a right to be here. I'd rather fight the Jets all by myself, and that's what happens with technology. I think I'm looking to do new work now, and to work with new people. I'm inspired. I saw it in the Heights last year, and I went, man, look at this. In the neighborhood playhouse, I did Latin Soul Boulevard. I did my spoken word poetry with another Pulitzer nominee from the Familia, but I didn't have the people behind me. But when I saw it in the Heights, I said, that's what I was talking about, man. So to see the Latino do a musical about Latinos, like in the Heights, and I hear it's going to Broadway in 2008, and I'm so proud, and I wish it well. I'm definitely a supporter. In 2000, I did a play called The Woodsman. I was the only Actors Studio member cast, so I had to represent. I played the brother of a pedophile, a Caucasian pedophile married to my sister, who's been released from prison, and he's living in a house. So I come to return a table that doesn't quite fit in with stuff. I have questions. I want to know, why is a character of Latino origin, married to a Caucasian woman, returning this table and saying things like, you know how your sister is. She doesn't like this Tex-Mex bullshit. I have questions about that. Like, why would anyone say that, whether they're Latino or not? But the writer could not answer that for me, so I had to try to find that for myself. Asking questions. Every moment asking questions, not just delivering lines. Asking, like, real, true, moment to moment. Before coming on stage, I'm not off stage waiting to make an entrance. I'm climbing up 4 flights of stairs with a old table that I'm returning. I don't want to return because I love that. It's a gift. It's my wedding gift. But what can I do? Something like, would you prepare more of some roles that I want to work on? Metamorphosis. Kafka, that's a thing that you can use emotional things. You can use connection with families, eminent domain, you know, physical, psychological, emotional.
What advice will you give to an actor if it has the same questions and that doesn't get the response from the director?
That's very good. So what I would recommend to actors are to follow your instinct. But if someone is calling the shots, sometimes you have to imagine, like Stanislavski, the if. Sometimes you have to imagine that, you know what, I don't really have a table. Even if there's a table right there, man, that you can use, I'm gonna have to find it somewhere else. You gotta do your homework, you gotta do it there, and you have to be able to, like, the sparring. Someone is gonna, I didn't learn that in karate class when boxing is, they're not gonna throw the same way. I didn't know they were gonna kick me, I didn't know they were gonna try to gouge my eyes out. I didn't know they were gonna pull a gun, but you get out to continue what you have to do. Same thing in acting. You continue, like Bruce said, be like water, my friend, flow. Actors, use what you can in your life, in your past, in your present, in your future. Things are happening right now. Things have already happened, things are gonna happen simultaneously. So use that, even if we just use the power of imagination. So I would say that first instinct, and Stanislavski says that also, you got an impulse, throw it away, boom, boom, boom. You go through all this process, and a lot of the times you end up going back to that first gut feeling, which, if many of us follow it, can save our lives, and actually bring us to the truth of what the goal, the intention is, of what the passion and the truth is. This I was gonna use today. This is my bandana. This is from Stripes, man. Remember the guy from Stripes? Boom chaga laga laga. The reason why I wore a bandana was Sean Young gave it to me. The reason why I wore it was because they didn't know what to make of this guy Hector Barrios. So I wore the red bandana so that they would know, even if scenes were cut out, lines, they would know. I say un Latino, like the red. And this is before I knew about the Crips and stuff like that, you know? But the red bandana is significant of that.
How has it evolved, one, and how difficult is it for a Latino to actually be cast into stuff and be respected as an actor and not only seen as a Latino, for example?
Wow, that's a great question, man. Latinos, it isn't easy. The casting thing is kind of still kind of like really not there. I don't think that they know what kind of range we have as human beings, as artists, as creators. You know, having a range that goes from Africa to the indigenous peoples, to European, Asian, all these different colors that we have. And if we embrace that, not just as Latinos, but if the world were to embrace how similar we are, I think we would realize that we're really not that different and that we really can observe peace. This moment because it's a living, breathing continuum. Knowing that I'm part of something new, being born, being created, being raised, something that's taking flight. This is very much that, something that has potential.
What do you think of Revolucion Latina, a movement that tries to celebrate the good in the Latino artists?
Revolucion Latina, I think, is very important because it's something that's happening now, that's getting out there. That's not like, man, you got to hear our voice, otherwise, well, no, it's like we want to share our love, our light. We want to share our joy, our rainbow, because you're part of our rainbow, I'm part of your rainbow. We're part of the same band. You know, we're on the same stage, we're on the same page. And if I may say so at this time, I myself, with my producing partners, Susan Batson and Carl Rumburg of A Raisin in the Sun, my producing partners on Miguel Piñero's Short Eyes, which we're reviving also in 2008.
Why Short Eyes?
Short Eyes is very important because it shows us tolerance. I think story is very important. It's a classic. The period, the time of being in a detention center. The writing is poetic. It's New Yorican. The rhythms from Puerto Rico, the rhythms from New York. Those rhythms come out. You know, it was the night before Christmas and all through the pad. Cupcake says, everybody give me so the musicality of the actors in a theater setting of a prison, having fun to pass the time, you see the musicality. But that comes from Piñero, Marvin Pancho Camillo, the Familia, the ensemble, people working together, and it becomes an orchestra. It becomes the inner rhythms with no instruments, because the instruments, music comes from within. Children have to be protected. It is better to build children than to repair men. I would like to see ourselves, we talk about coming together. I would like to see Latinos do that. Hispanics, Latinos, come together and say, you know, we don't have to compete. What can I learn from you? I want to learn about the Inca. I'll show you about the Boriqua. Let's show other people. Let's show each other about each other, man. That's the beautiful thing. It's just doing that. We have so much that we can bring together. It's such an exciting time. And I bless you all.
Thank you for your time so much.
Thank you. And thank you, Revolucion Latina. And In the Heights, we'll see you in Broadway, 2008 with Short Eyes, In the Heights, Alante. Peace, love, and light.
Thank you.